Diamonds are created under intense pressure. Without the heat, without the crushing force, there would be no transformation from a simple piece of carbon into one of the most valuable materials on earth. The same principle applies to human life. Hardship has a way of drawing out the strength that often lies dormant within us. When life is comfortable and easy, we rarely feel the need to push ourselves beyond our perceived limits. We settle into routines, content with maintaining the status quo, but adversity disrupts that comfort. It places us in situations where we must choose to either crumble under the weight or rise above it. Think about a tree that grows in a windy environment. Over time, the constant force of the wind doesn't break the tree. Instead, it strengthens its roots. The deeper the roots go, the more resilient the tree becomes. Hardship is the wind in our lives. It shakes us, but in that shaking, it also strengthens us. It forces us to dig deeper, to stand taller, and to discover that we are more resilient than we ever imagined. When faced with challenges, you learn what you are truly capable of. You begin to understand that the strength you need is already within you. It's just been waiting for the right moment to emerge. Consider the challenges you've overcome in the past. At the time, they may have seemed insurmountable, yet here you are today, stronger and wiser because of them. Hardship reveals a strength you didn't even know you had, and once it is revealed, you carry it with you forever. Pain is not something we seek, but it is often something we cannot avoid. It comes into our lives uninvited, disrupting our plans, shaking our foundations, and challenging our sense of stability. Yet, pain, as unwelcome as it may seem, is one of the most powerful forces for growth and transformation. Pain has a way of forcing us to confront what we've been avoiding. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and compels us to adapt, learn, and evolve in ways we never thought possible. Growth, by its very nature, is uncomfortable. A seed must break apart in the soil before it can sprout. Muscles must be stretched and torn before they can become stronger. Likewise, we must endure discomfort, loss, and struggle to expand our capacities and reach new levels of understanding. Pain is the breaking point that precedes breakthrough. It strips away illusions, confronts us with the truth, and reveals areas where we need to change. Pain sharpens our focus and prioritizes what truly matters. When we experience pain, we often find ourselves reflecting on life with a depth that comfort cannot inspire. It challenges our assumptions and forces us to redefine who we are and what we value. Pain often makes us question why we are going through it, but the better question is, what is this teaching me? Because every painful experience carries a lesson, a hidden opportunity for growth. Through pain, we develop resilience. Each trial we endure adds to our strength, building the capacity to handle greater challenges in the future. Pain demands that we persevere when giving up seems easier. It teaches us patience and humility, reminding us that life's greatest lessons often come through struggle. In times of ease and comfort, we often operate on autopilot. We go through the motions, presenting ourselves as who we think we should be or who others expect us to be. But challenges have a way of peeling back the layers of pretense and revealing who we truly are at our core. It is in the face of adversity that the essence of our character is brought to light, whether we are prepared for it or not. Challenges strip away the superficial. They demand authenticity because in the midst of difficulty, there is no room for pretending. The person you are when no one is watching, the person you are under pressure, reflects your true self. Your strengths and weaknesses, your fears and your courage all become visible. Challenges do not create your character, they expose it. They show you what you are made of, the beliefs you hold deeply, and the resilience you have cultivated or neglected to cultivate over time. Challenges also reveal the values that guide you. When everything is on the line, when resources are scarce, or when the stakes are high, you are forced to decide what really matters. The choices you make under pressure speak volumes about your priorities and your integrity. A person's true identity is not revealed when things are going well, but when they are faced with obstacles that test their resolve and convictions. Moreover, challenges have a unique way of showing you the gaps in your identity. They expose areas where you've been relying on external validation, comfort, or distractions to define yourself. When those external supports are stripped away, you are left to confront the reality of who you are without them. This confrontation can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. It forces you to rebuild your identity on a foundation of truth, rather than illusion or dependence. Crisis has a unique way of cutting through the noise of life. It strips away distractions, removes the unnecessary, and forces you to focus on what truly matters. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to drift through life, caught up in routines and obligations that may not align with your deepest sense of purpose. But when a crisis hits, it disrupts the status quo. And in that disruption, it often provides the clarity needed to discover or rediscover your true purpose. Crisis is a magnifying glass that highlights both the important and the irrelevant. When faced with uncertainty or loss, you begin to question what you've been investing your time, energy, and resources into. It forces you to evaluate whether you've been living a life of meaning or merely going through the motions. Crisis has a way of pulling you back to the essentials, reminding you of what you were created for. In moments of hardship, your purpose becomes not just a concept, but a necessity. It becomes the reason to keep going when everything else feels like it's falling apart. It is often in the darkest moments that purpose shines the brightest. Crisis forces you to ask questions like, why am I here? What am I supposed to do with the time I've been given? These are not questions that arise when life is comfortable. They come to the surface when comfort is stripped away and all that's left is the raw reality of your existence. In these moments, you find yourself seeking something greater than yourself, something that gives meaning to your struggle. Crisis also serves as a refiner's fire for your priorities. It burns away the trivial and exposes what is most valuable. It compels you to realign your actions with your true calling. Many people discover their purpose not in times of abundance, but in times of desperation. The urgency of a crisis has a way of awakening dormant passions and gifts, calling forth creativity, resilience, and vision that may have remained hidden in less challenging circumstances. Crisis clarifies what you are willing to fight for, what you are willing to sacrifice for, and what you truly believe in. Life is filled with challenges, but how you interpret those challenges shapes the course of your journey. Perspective is not just how you see the world, it is the lens through which you view every situation, every opportunity, and every obstacle. Two people can face the exact same circumstances, yet come away with entirely different outcomes. The difference is not in the situation itself, but in how they choose to perceive it. Your perspective has the power to turn adversity into advantage or to magnify difficulty into defeat. Perspective determines whether you see a problem as a wall or as a stepping stone. When faced with hardship, some people see only obstacles. They focus on what they've lost, what's unfair, or how hard the journey will be. Others, however, look for opportunities within the same situation. They ask questions like, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? What is the bigger picture I might not yet see? That shift in perspective doesn't change the external reality, but it transforms how you navigate it. Perspective is also deeply tied to your beliefs and mindset. If you believe that life is happening to you, then you will likely approach challenges with frustration and despair. But if you believe that life is happening for you, that every experience, good or bad, is working together for your growth and purpose, you will face difficulties with courage and hope. Your beliefs shape your thoughts, and your thoughts drive your actions. With the right perspective, even setbacks can become setups for something greater. Perspective is especially crucial in moments of crisis. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the immediacy of a problem and lose sight of the long-term view. But perspective allows you to step back and see beyond the current pain or struggle. It reminds you that seasons change, that storms eventually pass, and that challenges are temporary. A positive and forward-thinking perspective doesn't deny the difficulty of the moment. Rather, it chooses to focus on the possibilities that lie ahead. Your perspective also influences how you interact with others during tough times. A person with a negative perspective often spreads fear, doubt, and discouragement, while someone with a hopeful perspective becomes a source of strength, encouragement, and inspiration. The energy you carry into a situation driven by your perspective often determines whether you become a leader in adversity or another victim of it. Ultimately, your perspective acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and shaping your resilience. It's not what happens to you in life that defines you, it's how you choose to interpret and respond to it. The way you see the world determines the actions you take, the emotions you experience, and the outcomes you achieve. In the noise and busyness of life, it is easy to lose sight of who you are and why you are here. Our daily routines, relationships, and responsibilities can fill every moment, leaving little room for reflection. But when isolation comes, whether by choice or circumstance, it creates a unique opportunity for revelation. It is in moments of solitude, when the external distractions fade, that we are confronted with our true selves and the deeper truths of life. Isolation may feel uncomfortable, even painful, but it is often a necessary part of the journey towards self-discovery and purpose. Isolation forces you to sit with yourself. In the absence of others' voices, opinions, and expectations, you begin to hear your own thoughts clearly. For some, this can be unsettling at first. Many people avoid being alone because they fear what they might uncover when there's no one else around to fill the silence. Yet, it is in that silence that profound insights are born. Isolation gives you the space to examine your heart, your motives, and your direction in life. It allows you to strip away the layers of who you think you should be and reconnect with who you truly are. Throughout history, many of the greatest revelations have come during seasons of isolation. Think of inventors, leaders, and spiritual figures who retreated from the world to seek clarity and purpose. In those quiet moments, away from the pressures and opinions of society, they found the ideas, visions, and convictions that changed not only their lives, but also the course of history. Isolation doesn't just create space for revelation, it invites it. When you're alone, you can focus on the inner voice that is often drowned out in the chaos of daily life. Isolation also has a way of clarifying your priorities. It separates what is essential from what is trivial. When you're alone, you begin to realize which relationships truly matter, which dreams are worth pursuing, and which parts of your life need to change. It's a time to reevaluate where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. This clarity is a gift that can only come when you step back from the noise and allow yourself the time and space to reflect. While isolation can feel like a period of stillness, it is often a time of great internal movement. It's in these moments that you wrestle with your doubts, confront your fears, and strengthen your resolve. You discover reservoirs of strength and wisdom that you didn't know you had. Revelation during isolation doesn't come from avoiding the hard questions, but from embracing them and allowing yourself to sit with the uncertainty until the answers begin to emerge. The beauty of isolation is that it doesn't just help you understand yourself, it also draws you closer to the divine. When the voices of the world are quieted, the voice of God becomes clearer. In solitude, you can hear the whispers of purpose, direction, and assurance. Isolation becomes not just a time of discovery, but a time of communion, where you reconnect with the source of your strength and guidance. And so, while isolation may initially feel like a burden, it often turns out to be a blessing in disguise. It is in these quiet, solitary moments that you grow, transform, and prepare for the next chapter of your life. When you emerge, you do so with a clearer vision, a stronger sense of self, and a renewed purpose to step boldly into the world. Adversity is not something anyone willingly seeks out, yet it is one of the most powerful forces for personal transformation. It has a way of forcing you to dig deeper, think more creatively, and act more decisively than you ever thought possible. In the face of adversity, you are often pushed beyond your comfort zone, beyond the limits you have unconsciously placed on yourself. And it is in this space beyond what feels safe and familiar that you discover the hidden potential that has always been within you. There is something about difficulty that reveals the untapped resources you carry. In easy times, there is little reason to stretch yourself or explore the depths of your abilities. You rely on what is known, what is comfortable, and what has worked in the past. But adversity disrupts that rhythm. It challenges you to find new solutions, develop new skills, and draw on reserves of strength you didn't know you had. Often it is only in these moments of struggle that you realize just how capable and resourceful you truly are. Adversity is like a sculptor, chiseling away at the rough edges to reveal the masterpiece within. The pressures of life, whether they come in the form of setbacks, failures, or obstacles, are not meant to destroy you. Instead, they are designed to refine you. They bring out qualities like resilience, determination, and creativity that might otherwise remain dormant. Think of a piece of coal that, under immense pressure, becomes a diamond. The potential for greatness was always there, but it took adversity to bring it to the surface. One of the most profound ways adversity unlocks potential is by shifting your perspective. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to take things for granted and operate on autopilot. But when adversity strikes, it forces you to re-examine your goals, your values, and your approach to life. It compels you to ask questions like, what really matters? What am I capable of? How can I rise above this challenge? These questions lead to breakthroughs, both internally and externally. They help you see possibilities you might have overlooked and opportunities hidden within the struggle. Adversity also has a way of breaking down limitations, not just external ones, but the internal barriers you've built in your mind. Often, the greatest obstacles we face are not the circumstances around us, but the doubts, fears, and insecurities within us. Adversity forces you to confront these inner challenges head on. It pushes you to step out of fear and into faith, out of self-doubt and into confidence. In doing so, you discover a level of courage and determination you never knew you possessed. Another remarkable aspect of adversity is that it often uncovers gifts and talents that were lying dormant. Sometimes it takes a challenge to reveal your ability to lead, to innovate, or to inspire others. Adversity has a way of bringing out strengths that would remain hidden if life were always easy. It's the kind of experience that shows you what you're truly made of and what you're capable of achieving when the stakes are high. Adversity doesn't just unlock potential for your own benefit, it also equips you to help others. The lessons you learn, the strength you gain, and the wisdom you acquire through hardship are tools you can use to uplift and guide those around you. In overcoming your own struggles, you become a source of hope and encouragement for others, proving that it's possible to rise above even the most difficult circumstances. Leadership is not forged in the comfort of success or the smoothness of easy times. It is built in the trenches of adversity, in the furnace of hardship. A true leader is not someone who has simply attained a position of authority or status. A true leader is someone who has been tested, refined, and shaped by challenges. Hardship is the crucible that molds and strengthens leadership qualities in ways that success cannot. It is through the struggles, the setbacks, and the trials that you are prepared for the responsibility of guiding others. Leadership is not about knowing all the answers or never facing difficulties. In fact, great leaders often emerge from the most difficult situations, not because they were untouched by adversity, but because they navigated it with wisdom, resilience, and vision. It is hardship that teaches you the essential qualities of leadership: patience, humility, determination, and courage. These are the traits that allow a leader to inspire, to persevere, and to lead by example, especially when the path ahead is unclear. When you face hardship, you are forced to make decisions under pressure, to think critically and creatively, and to adapt to changing circumstances. These are the very skills that make a great leader. Crisis forces you to develop a mindset that is solution-oriented rather than problem-focused. It requires you to see beyond the immediate difficulties and to keep your eyes on the long-term goal. Leadership in the face of adversity is not about avoiding challenges, but about rising above them, finding ways to navigate through the storm, and guiding others toward a brighter future. Hardship also teaches you empathy, an essential quality for any effective leader. When you face your own struggles, you develop a deeper understanding of what others go through. This empathy allows you to connect with people on a more meaningful level. You can't truly lead people if you don't understand their pain, their fears, and their challenges. Adversity opens your heart and mind, allowing you to lead with compassion, to encourage others when they falter, and to inspire hope when the road ahead seems daunting. Moreover, hardship forces you to build resilience. As you overcome each obstacle, you grow stronger, more capable, and more confident in your ability to handle whatever comes next. Resilience is the bedrock of leadership. Without it, a leader is like a tree with shallow roots, easily toppled by the first strong wind. But a leader who has endured hardship knows how to stand firm in the face of adversity, to bend without breaking, and to persevere when things get tough. This resilience is what inspires confidence in others, and it is what allows a leader to maintain their vision even when the world around them seems chaotic. Hardship also instills the value of perseverance. Leadership requires an unwavering commitment to the vision, even when obstacles seem insurmountable. The ability to keep pushing forward, to continue taking steps even when progress is slow, is one of the greatest qualities of a strong leader. Hardship tests your resolve, and it forces you to decide if your commitment is deep enough to see you through the storm. A true leader does not give up in the face of difficulty. They press on, finding new ways to move forward and lifting others along the way. Additionally, adversity reveals your true character. When things are easy, it's easy to be kind, calm, and composed. But when the pressure mounts, when the stakes are high, your true self emerges. How you respond in moments of hardship speaks volumes about your leadership potential. Do you rise to the occasion? Do you take responsibility for your actions, even when things go wrong? Do you remain calm and steady when others panic? These are the qualities that make a leader trustworthy and capable. It is only through hardship that these qualities are tested and revealed. Finally, hardship prepares you for leadership by teaching you the importance of humility. It reminds you that no matter how much you achieve or how much influence you gain, you are never above struggle. It keeps you grounded and aware of the fragility of life. Great leaders are those who remain humble, who acknowledge that they too are fallible, and who learn from their mistakes. Hardship is the greatest teacher of humility, reminding you that leadership is not about self-promotion, but about serving others and guiding them toward a common goal. In conclusion, hardship is not just an obstacle to overcome. It is the very experience that prepares you to lead. It shapes you into someone who understands the value of perseverance, resilience, empathy, and humility, qualities that are indispensable for any leader. It challenges you to grow, to rise above, and to inspire others by your example. Hardship does not diminish your potential for leadership, it enhances it, making you capable of leading with wisdom, compassion, and strength.